It's Week 8 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see the electric Kyler Murray. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Cardinals and the Dolphins. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gordon, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, we not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they bounce back now that they know that chasing the 1972 Dolphins is out the window.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And look at this, right away a loose football. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Throwing to start, here's Tua. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come because they're blitzing to start this ball game, and it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Motion man is Berrios. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. To the right side and intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
The Cardinals offense heading out, and they do so behind Kyler Murray, their dynamic quarterback in his 6th season now from Oklahoma.
And now that he's back at full health, they're expecting Kyler to get back to being the superstar playmaker that they drafted. Make no mistake about it, when he's fully healthy, there aren't many quarterbacks who are as dynamic as he is. And if he's able to stay on the field, this team has a real chance to make some noise.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now the veteran workhorse. Here's James Conner. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So since that last play got nothing, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty. And that forces a 4th down situation. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep and from their own end zone. It's a fake. But there are times to run that fake, and there are times to not run it. And this, without question, would fall in the latter category.
Well, I don't know about without question, partner. I think we should look at the analytics on this one because, oh, yeah, the analytics say, yeah, without question. You should have gone ahead and punted the football because now, not only
under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Now it's timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Achane is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Tua now, 3rd and goal. Flushed out right. And he will take it in for Dolphins touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was Tua Tagovailoa who called his own number and finished it off with the touchdown run. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. They begin on the ground. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like the offense going in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital. Extremely important because they fall 2 games below 500. The road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
That is caught downfield by Harrison. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Murray a give. This is Connor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Again, it's Connor. And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, it's Connor. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Now the Dolphins are going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Now Tua. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Mack Wilson. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at the 3rd and long. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backward, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. And here comes Dortch on the return. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net 31 following the run back. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Murray. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly is told that you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Now Murray, he bootlegs it. Delivers on the crosser to McBride. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Trey McBride in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached half. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Hill going to go in motion right. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. He'll dump this off to Achane. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Tua sets up to pass it. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Cardinals have got it going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So we thought maybe they would have a chance to extend this lead on the opening drive of the second half. Instead, they cough it up.
Obviously not an ideal start when you're trying to get a little separation, and I can guarantee that they talked about that in the locker room. Let's get out there, start this quarter the right way. Let's try and put some points on the board and create some space.
That ball caught by Harrison. Touchdown, Cardinals. Marvin Harrison Jr. with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cardinals have taken the lead here in this third quarter. So a very strong first drive in this second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Now Ryland for the PAT. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Dolphins offense and Tua Tagovailoa headed back out onto the field. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up. Then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watch their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he'll complete this one to Berrios. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 2nd down and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
Up the middle, Achane. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. On play action, here's Tua. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and that'll be 2nd down. So now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. Play action. Now it's Tua. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They've lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And he is caught. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. He'll get that complete to Harrison. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Rolling to his right. A wide open receiver. It's Harrison. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Flush to his right. He's got Harrison left side complete. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Murray. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's McBride. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. They run behind center with Cutter, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. James Conner, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year, and the Cardinals will add to their 4th quarter lead. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on the stat sheet.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football. This is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Connor is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Ryland on for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So Tua and the Dolphins down 24-14. Just over 1:40 to play. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery. But first things first. 1st and 10. Throw caught by Achane. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Throwing Tua. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Tua. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Here's Tua. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. No sign of Tua departing. 4th down, they're going for it. Now Tua. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Tua. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Tua. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Baron Browning in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and it took a big 4th quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though, a few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the 4th quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball, holding them when they needed to, and finding ways to get points when they had the football.
So for the Cardinals,
They're back to 500 as they move to 4-4 on the year.
and they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they dropped just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.